When I was a child, I used to sit by the window during rainstorms and think, this is the hardest it's ever going to. Get waiting, wanting, wishing I was older. And honestly, I believed it with everything in me. I thought growing up was this finish line. Like once you crossed it, everything would finally make sense. The confusion would stop. The awkwardness would fade. You'd wake up one day and life would just click. Nobody told me that growing up doesn't feel like arriving somewhere. It feels more like standing in the middle of a grocery store, forgetting what you came for and pretending you're fine. When I was a child, my biggest problem was that my favorite cartoon ended before I finished my snack. I'd bargain with my mom for 10 more minutes of TV like it was a matter of life and death. She'd say, "You have no idea how easy you have it." And I'd roll my eyes so hard I'm surprised they ever came back. But Mom, you were so right. And I'm sorry it took me this long to say that. I remember being maybe 8 or 9, watching the adults in my life move through the world with this quiet authority. They drove cars, they made decisions, stayed up as late as they wanted. I used to think that's the dream. No bedtime, no homework, it's just freedom, stretching out in every direction like a field with no fences. What I didn't see, what none of us saw as kids, was the weight they were carrying behind their eyes. The bills sitting on the kitchen counter. The silent conversations between two people who love each other but are exhausted. The way they'd sit alone for just a few minutes at the end of the night. Not because they wanted to, but because that was the only quiet they were going to get. I didn't see any of that. I just saw the car keys and thought, one day that'll be me. Free, and then one day it was me. And I was sitting in a parking lot outside a supermarket, eating a sandwich alone for lunch because I had exactly 22 minutes before I had to be back at a job that was paying me just enough to feel stuck. And I thought, wait, is this it? Is this the thing I couldn't wait for? There's this particular kind of grief that nobody prepares you for. It's not the grief of losing someone. It's the grief of losing a version of yourself that never actually existed. The future you that had it all figured out. The grown-up you that was confident and calm and always knew what to say at dinner parties. You spend your whole childhood building this idea of who you're going to be, and then life, very gently, very persistently, dismantles it. Not cruelly, just honestly. Remember the summers? God, the summers. When time moved like honey. When a single afternoon could hold a bike ride, a water fight, 3 arguments with a sibling, a scraped knee, a popsicle and still. Have room left over for staring at clouds and deciding that one of them looked exactly like a dragon. A whole universe in one Tuesday in July. Now I blink and it's March. I blink again and somehow it is. Already somebody's birthday, and I forgot to buy a card and the year is almost over, and I haven't done half the things I said I would. When I was a child, I couldn't wait to stop being told what to do. I wanted to make my own choices, live by my own rules, answer to no one. And now I'd give anything for someone to just tell me what to do, just once. Just hand me a schedule and say, here, this is your life. Follow the steps. It'll be okay. Because the thing about adulthood that the movies never showed us is that the hardest part isn't the responsibility. It's the uncertainty. It's making decisions with incomplete information every single day and then lying awake wondering if you got it right. It's choosing a path and never fully knowing if the other path would have been better. It's carrying questions that have no answers and learning to walk with them anyway. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, the rent and the relationships and the career pivots and the friendships that slowly drift like boats that nobody anchors, you catch a moment. Just a small one. Maybe it's the smell of something cooking. Maybe it's a song that takes you straight back to a car ride with someone you loved. Maybe it's rain on a window, just like when you were small, and for just a second, time collapses. And you're 8 years old again, and everything is still possible. Nobody has asked anything of you yet. Those moments don't last long, but they're enough. They remind you that the child you were isn't gone. And honestly, I think that kid would be proud of you. Not because you have everything figured out, but because you kept going, even when you didn't. I thought growing up would be easy. Thought it would be simple and clear. And that at some point the fog would lift, and I'd just know. But growing up, I've learned isn't a destination. It's just the long, beautiful, painful, ordinary process of becoming. Over and over again. Every single day. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the confusion isn't a sign that you're doing it wrong. Maybe it's proof that you actually living it really living it in all its complicated, unscripted, wonderfully messy truth. If any part of this hit you somewhere deep, somewhere that felt like memory, you're not alone. A lot of us are quietly feeling the exact same thing, just not saying it out loud. So if this video meant something to you, subscribe, because we talk about the stuff people usually keep to themselves, the nostalgia, the growing pains, the quiet moments that somehow mean everything. Hit that subscribe button, and come be part of this little corner of the internet, where we all just figuring it out together. I'll see you in the next one.